and today we have one more video class. So I'm inviting you guys to join me in one more adventure, and let's take a look at what we have studied in previous week, correct exercises, and study a new subject as well. Are you ready? Let's get going. So just to remind you guys, last week we were studying about indefinite pronouns and indefinite compound pronouns. The compound pronouns with some, any, no, every, and we would form those indefinite pronouns to talk about indefinite people, for example, somebody or someone. Negative phrases in anybody, anyone, or interrogative phrases using anybody, anyone as well. Let's take an example. Is there anybody at your bedroom right now? You could say, yes, there is somebody here. Maybe that's not you, maybe it's somebody else, it's another person. You are not identifying whom. You could say, no, there isn't anyone else, just me. You're the only person there. Well, you see that I'm not specifying people. When we can do the same thing with places, for example, somewhere, or anywhere, or nowhere. For example, nowhere you go in Joaçaba, you would find a Lamborghini, which means that there is no place in this city that you could find a Lamborghini. Well, guys, if you have more questions about this subject, I suggest you guys to take a look in the class which I presented 1 week before the Spring Fest, okay? Well, let's get going with the homework correction about our compound pronouns, right? So, if you're listening to this noise right here, it's my cat Shannon. My cat Shannon is messing things up. Let's get it. You see, here's Shannon, and she's messing things up so bad. Hey Shannon, get out of here. Alright, so guys, let's start correcting on page 19. The mandatory stop. Right? Okay. So the first one, you had to read the text below and then choose the answers that fill in the gaps, right? So we start with, oh, by the way, you have the 10 words that shall be used to complete the gaps right here from 1 to 10, and you have 3 alternatives, A, B, and C, to choose between them, all right? So let's check it out. I am lost. Nothing looks familiar. Everything looks different. There's no one on the street. I'd really like to ask anyone. I'm sure someone could help me get back to the city center. But there isn't anyone here I could ask. It seems that everyone has disappeared. I think I heard something. Is there anybody there? I would do anything to get back to the city center. So, you see that we have the uses of body, one, thing, to talk about a thing, obviously, in affirmations, something, in questions, anything. We're talking about all members of the group, that would be everything. And you see that these compound pronouns are interchangeable, so you can use the same ones in same situations with different meanings, right? Let's take a look here in our use of the pronouns in the box to complete the sentences. And the sentences, let me zoom in a little bit. I think that's going to be better. Just going to be careful to not take it out of picture. That's good, right? I think that's excellent. Let's check it out. So letter A, when I got the meaning, there was nobody else there. B, you can tell me is going to make nothing you can tell me is going to make me change my mind. Shannon, get out of there. The baby spreads his toys everywhere around the house. Eventually, the teacher found out everybody had cheated in the test. Is this true, guys? Have you guys cheated in the test? I don't know. Is that true? Would you like something to drink, Mark? I said, I'm offering something, right? So it's actually, oh, teacher, you told that you would use anything, anyone, anybody, anywhere in questions. Well, that's actually not a question. This is actually an offer. And you can use some related pronouns to offer things. For example, would you like something to drink? Or when you expect the answer to be yes. For example, would you like to go somewhere else with me? All right? Listen. Someone has just hijacked an airplane. He said he would do anything to succeed in his life. Are you thinking about going somewhere next summer? Again, are you thinking about going somewhere next summer vacation? Same case, I expect this person to answer yes. So in these scenarios, it is possible to use some related pronouns in what we would call questions, but not necessarily a simple question. Let's take a look in the number 3 here. Which, take out this arrow, which indefinite pronouns would you use to complete these sentences properly? So they would be help. Can anybody help me? Or can anyone help me, please? You see that anybody and anyone are interchanging. My weekend was perfect. Everything happened as I had planned. Why are you angry with me? I didn't do anything to you. I have lost my wallet and now I can't find it anywhere. Wait, there's something on your hair. I think it's a spider. I know you've made a mistake. Don't worry. Nobody is perfect. Nothing the doctors did to save the man's life worked. He died anyway. My wife wants to go somewhere. My wife wants to go somewhere nice to celebrate our anniversary. For those who don't know, anniversary is the wedding birthday, as we could call it, right? Let's check it out. More homework. And here's number 4. Let me just put it in a good position to read a little bit upwards. This is perfect. Let's get the correction. So you had to complete the sentence using somewhere, anything, anybody, anywhere, nobody, nowhere, something, nothing, anywhere, and everybody. Shannon, please. My cat's impossible today. So the whole place had no surveillance. Anybody could have entered unnoticed. She's feeling sick today. She doesn't want to go anywhere. I've already looked for the car key in the whole house, but I found it nowhere, which means I didn't find it. Everybody should work out at least 3 days a week and have a balanced diet. If you have anything to tell me, say it now. Would you like something special for dinner, darling? It is so sad to know that somewhere out there my missing dog is hungry and scared. Let's go again. It's so sad to know that somewhere out there my missing dog is hungry and scared. Right? Nobody was able to explain why he did that. Yesterday, I got home starving, but there was nothing to eat. Fast food chains are present everywhere in the world, everywhere you go, from Brazil to China. Let's take a look at the number 5. Shall we get started? Okay, dokie, ready to go. And we're gonna read this paragraph and fill the gaps with the appropriate indefinite pronouns as we previously studied, right? So this is a story about 4 people named everybody, somebody, anybody, and nobody. There was an important job, Shannon. There was, my cat is impossible, guys. You have no idea, all right? So this is a story about 4 people named everybody, somebody, anybody, and nobody. There was an important job to be done, and everybody was sure that somebody would do it. Anybody could have done it, but nobody did. Somebody got angry about that because it was everybody's job. And everybody thought that anybody could do it, but nobody realized that everybody wouldn't do it. It ended up that everybody blamed somebody when nobody did what anybody could have done. I am going to translate that for you guys after I kick this annoying little cat out of the room. Because this cat is literally a little bit annoying and it's hard to concentrate. Well, let's go. So, é histórias de 4 pessoas chamadas todo mundo, alguém, qualquer um e ninguém. Tinha um trabalho que poderia ser feito por todo mundo. Não, desculpa. Tinha um importante trabalho para ser feito e todo mundo estava certo de que alguém o faria. Qualquer um poderia tê-lo feito. No entanto, ninguém fez. Alguém ficou bravo porque era trabalho de todo mundo. E todo mundo pensou que qualquer um poderia fazer, mas ninguém percebeu que todo mundo não faria. O que acabou acontecendo, então, é que todo mundo culpou alguém quando ninguém fez o que qualquer um poderia ter feito. Eu acho que essa é a melhor explicação para os nossos indefinite pronouns, guys. Alright? Well, let's keep on going. We have no time to lose. Vamos continuar, porque a gente não tem tempo a perder. Beleza? Esse pré-reading aqui eu vou lembrar vocês que a gente já fez na semana passada. Vocês podem checar na nossa aula pré-Spring Fest. E aqui nós temos um exercício de interpretação de texto, onde vocês têm um University Cambridge International Programmers to fulfill and a complementary stop towards the text interpretation. Alright? The text interpretation is related to this reading activity about education. Well, let's check it out. Let's check it out. What is going on here first. About the infographic, students able to picture themselves studying have better performance in tests than those who worry about their grades. The secret to better academic performance is intelligence. This is actually false. SAT, let's remember that the SAT is one of the most important tests that American students do in order to enter to get into a college, right? So the SAT scores are more important than any other thing to predict those who will graduate successfully. This is actually false. One who wishes to be greater needs to focus on an objective and pursue it insistently. So one who wishes to be greater needs to focus on an objective and pursue it insistently. It's a hard phrase to go. Let's go again. One who wishes to be greater needs to focus on an objective and pursue it insistently. Pursue it insistently. Hard. Insistently. Let's go again. One who wishes to be greater needs to focus on an objective and pursue it insistently. Whoa, we did it! So this is the tip for you guys. Every single time you have problems with a pronunciation, you try and try again until you're able to do it. Alright? To those who want to keep things in memory, writing is more effective than typing. Participating in extracurricular activities helps with fewer dropouts. Physically active students have more friends than sedentary ones. This is not necessarily true. It's actually false according to the text interpretation. Graduated students admit they join MBA courses aiming at better salaries. This is false. Well-being and workplace engagement have no direct relationship to the quality of college attended. This is true. Caring professors have an influence in the students' feelings of accomplishment. This is actually true as well. I want to remember you guys that all of this information is related to our reading activity from page 21. From page 21 about education, striving for success and happiness, right? Let's do it together now, guys. Let's fulfill this international student card application. So let's go. So for me, first name that would be Eliseu Bortoli. Let's go in capital letter here, guys, right? Eliseu Bortoli. My image is going to be locked there in order for me to write, okay? Oh, sorry. Bortoli is my last name. Okay, first name and last name. Second one here, place of study, uno esque. In your case, could be superativo. My mobile is 4998003666. My email is eliseu.bortoli@unoesc.edu.br. My address is St. Catarina Street, Santa Catarina Street, St. 534. My nationality is Brazilian. My date of birth is 7/2/1990. Remember that in English first comes the month, later the day. Okay? Then we have signature and dates. Remember the month goes before the day. Right, guys? Really easy to fulfill this the student card application. And now let's check out our complementary stop. Right? So first one, let's check the alternatives. I can hear someone calling outside. What are you doing tonight? I have nothing to do. Oh no, somebody ate the chocolate bar I left in the refrigerator. The German film had no closed captions. I couldn't understand out of it. Closed captions are what we call the subtitles here. So we don't call it legend, you call it subtitles. Alright. I like to go somewhere on my vacation. It's your birthday, darling. You can ask anything as present. Nowadays, there are ATM machines everywhere. I don't actually like to use the term ATM machines. You can just go for ATMs, mainly because ATM stands for automatic teller machine. So the M on ATM stands for machine. So I don't see why putting machine A like ATM machine. Or you call it automatic teller machine, or you're gonna go for simply ATM. Alright, somebody should take care of the abandoned children. I didn't do anything on the weekend, just relaxed. Can anybody help to carry these books, please? And finally, after reading the quote below, we can say that we give the others less love than we expect to receive, because the statement is that no one has ever loved anyone the way everyone wants to be loved. Ninguém amou qualquer da forma como todo mundo gostaria de ser amado. Por quê? Porque você não ama qualquer você ama apenas as pessoas especiais. You just love the special ones. Alright, guys? Well, I think this is all the homework correction we had. And now let's take a look in our new subject. Alright guys, we have some new subject right here that I hope you enjoy. So we're going to be studying first how can we get the most of all the knowledge available. We're going to be studying some question tags, and finally I'm going to assign you guys the homeworks on page 26 and 27. But before that, let's take a look here. So how can we get the most of all the knowledge available? Let's check it out. So first things first. First things first. Have you ever been to a school trip? Yes, I have. Actually, I've been to a school trip when I was at about your age, guys. At my time, we used to call it 8th grade. Now it's the 9th grade. Alright, we went to a farm hotel in Florianópolis. Really good vacation. And second question is, do you think school trips are important? Why or why not? Well, guys, are school trips important? I wish to know your opinion about that. And you can talk to me anytime you want. And basically, you guys from the 9th grade, you were supposed to have a school trip this year, which you're probably not having. So, well, give me your opinion and let's check it out what you guys think about the school trips and if they are necessary and if you could have it this year or not. Alright? Let's take a look at some interrogative pronouns. I'm zooming this here for us to take a look. And interrogative pronouns are those used in questions in order to get specific information. They are also known as WH questions or WH question words. And then they can be used in different types of questions from direct to indirect. Let's take a look at some examples. What uses to ask about things? What do you usually do on weekends? Or do you know what time is it? Do you know what time it is? Which used to ask about things when there is a choice involved. For example, which car do you think is the best? Or which team is going to be the champion this year? I hope it is São Paulo. When it's used to ask questions about time, let's take a look how it works. When do you have Christmas? No, sorry. When do we have chemistry classes? Or when are we going to travel abroad? I'm asking about the time. Where is used to talk about a place? Where did you go last Saturday? Or where will you spend your vacation? Why is used to ask the reason of something. Why are you doing this? Or why is there poverty in the world? Who is used to ask about people as a subject. Who is your favorite singer? Or who broke the living room window? Right? Whom is used to ask about people as object, and it is also used attached to a preposition. It is considered formal nowadays, being usually replaced by who, except when it is near a preposition. For example, who or whom did she invite to her party? Asking about the person, the subject of the sentence. Or for whom will you send this picture? Whose is used to ask about possession. For example, whose book is it? Or whose cell phone was stolen. How is used to talk about the way or manner something is done. How does he came to school, by car or by bus? How can you mend a broken heart? This question, guys, how can you mend? How can you fix a broken heart? Is there a solution, a possible solution for broken hearts? I don't know, guys. I don't know. You may tell me this, you know? Well, let's take a look at this table here. And basically, at this table, we're going to check it out. How plus adverb or adjective, the use of it, and an example. So first of all, we have how many to ask about the quantity of countable nouns. For example, how many brothers and sisters do you have? How much is used to ask about the quantity of countable nouns. For example, how much sugar do you like in your coffee? How old is used to ask about age. How old is your mother? How old is your dad? How often is used to ask about frequency. For example, how often does she go to the dentist? I'm asking about the frequency she goes to the dentist. How heavy, about the weight, how heavy are you? I am actually 65 kilos. How heavy are you guys? How big, it's about the size. How big is your house? It is very big. It's a small house and a small apartment. You can talk about the meters, 72, 75 meters. How far is about the distance? How far is your house from school? Or how far is your job from your house? This type of questions. So here on pages 26 and 27, you have a homework, and to finish the class today, to finish our lesson today, let's do a listening and understanding exercise. So I'm going to read the script, and you guys will answer these questions down here, okay? So let's take a look at the script here. I'm going to make the reading, and then you're gonna answer it. For those who are not that good with listening and understanding, you can check it out, this script, on your screen. All right, so let's get going. First of all, Helen and Rick. Helen says, I'd love to go abroad on vacation this year. What do you think? Rick says, I'm not sure. When are you thinking of going? In July? Maybe. We have 2 days off work for our national holiday. We could take another 3 days off and go for a week. We could even go for 2. No, not 2. If I take all my vacation in July, I won't be able to take a vacation at the end of the year. Okay, 1 then. Where would you like to go? Well, I've taken a lot of flights and there aren't any flights to Italy until August. Fortunately, I'd like to go there, but we can fly to Spain quite cheaply. Spain? Whoa, that would be nice. Where would we stay? In a hotel? I still don't know. I don't really like staying in hotels, but we could find a good bed and breakfast since we are going to spend most of the time walking around the places. Well, are you sure we're going to be uncomfortable if we stay in a cheaper place? It's about the same. I prefer staying in bed and breakfast not only because of the price, but also because we don't pay for unnecessary things like swimming pool or a sauna. Okay, well, that's fine by me. The problem is booking a good place. There aren't many available for this time of the year. We have to be quick, otherwise there will be only smelly places left. How terrible! Why don't you pick out few places and we'll choose one? I've done that already. I'll show you on the computer. There's this one. It's actually a big house adapted to receive guests. It's near an old palace and this beautiful historic square in the center of Madrid. Isn't it beautiful? It is quite expensive though, and it has even a small kitchen inside the room. We don't plan to cook anything, do we? I suppose not. Okay, what about this one? It's a bit far from the city center, up in the hills, very quiet and peaceful. It has lovely view. Look, it is not too expensive. That looks nice. Yes, it's quite far from the town, but I don't mind that. Me neither. There's this one too. It's a townhouse. It's big and looks lovely inside. Does it have a garden? No. It might be noisy because it says here the place is near the train station. Ooh, I think I prefer the other one. Oh, me too. Shall I write and find out if they have any rooms available? Please do. If everything is okay, we'll look Flights. We'll book the flights. Well, guys, so 10 seconds, stop the video, answer the audio related exercises, and let's correct it. Alright, did you pause the video? Did you answer the exercises? Can we correct it? Shall we? Let's take a look. So, when are they planning to travel in July? How long are they planning to spend out 1 week? They are going to Spain, and it is cheaper because you only pay for the essential and a house up in the hills. Alright? Now, this is for you guys to do at home. Look at the pictures below, they are all related to school environment. Can you name them in English and define them? For example, a teacher is a person who teaches at school. And this person here, who is she and what she does? This place here, what is it? And what can you do there? This woman here, who is she and what she does? What is this place here and what do you do there? And how about this one? What is this and what do you use it for? Well, the answers next week together with the homework correction and the relative pronouns explanations. I catch you guys next time. Later.